Hello everyone. So today we are going to read our next poem, Father to Son, and the name of the poet is Elizabeth Jennings. Right? So before going into the poem, what we are going to learn today? This poem is about the topic of generation gap, the anguish of a father because he is not having a good relation with his son, the feeling of separation, and what is the ultimate wish of the father. Right? So, father and son relationship, generation gap, the feeling of separation, and the ultimate wish of the father. Right? So, this poem is from the point of view of the father. Right? So, let us read the poem. I do not understand this child, though we have lived together now in the same house for years. Who is this I? Definitely the father. The I is definitely the father. So he is saying here, I do not understand my child, I do not understand my son, though we have lived together, very easy language, though we have lived together under the same roof, in the same house for so many years. Then also, I am completely unable to understand my son. Maybe some reasons are there. Let's see. I know nothing of him. And the father is clearly giving his clarification that I know nothing of him. Nothing. So try to build up a relationship from how he was when small. Now, what he's saying here? Now, he's saying that I am trying to build up a kind of relationship with my son. Like what? Like when he was completely in his childhood, when he was small. From that time, I tried to build up a relationship, and same kind of thing I am doing now. After so many years also, I am doing the same thing because my son probably is completely changed. So I am trying to build up a relationship like a father and son when he was small. Got it? Next. Yet have I killed the seed I spent or sown it where the land in his and none of mine. Very important, pay attention. And the father is saying here, yet have I killed, or probably maybe I have killed the seed. The seed means the child. Killing not in the literal sense, killing in the sense probably he has spoilt the relationship. He has killed the emotions. Right? So probably he has killed the seed, the child, the feeling, the emotions, or I spent or sown it where, or probably I have spent it unknowingly. Probably I have completely spent the feelings without any kind of knowledge, or probably sown it where the land in his, or probably I have sown it, the seed I have sown it in a particular land, and that land belongs to my son. It is not belong to me, and it is completely belong to my son. So what is the problem? And that is why he is saying it is none of mine. So I don't have any kind of right on my son. Right? Next. Now here you can see here alliteration. Alliteration means this line. The seed I spent or sown. What is the meaning of alliteration? The same kind of consonants repeating in the words. Here you can see S, S and S. So it is called alliteration. Right? You know this. Next. We speak like strangers. There is no sign of understanding in the air. And what he is saying? There is no sign of understanding in the air. Why? Because we speak like strangers. And it is simile because it is having the word like. So if in a line of a poem the word like or as it is given, undoubtedly it is simile. Because you know simile is a comparison which is very easy to understand because we are using the words like and as. So simile is very easy to understand, and metaphor is a bit difficult to understand. You are like a lion, simile. You are a lion, metaphor. You are like a lion means you are having the characteristic of a lion. You are as brave as a lion. And you are a lion means you are not a lion, but you are having the characteristics of a lion. So comparison both the cases, but one is in the surface level, one is in the deeper level. Right? Okay. So we speak like strangers, and there is no sign of understanding in the air when the father and son are completely strangers to each other. The child is built up to my design, yet what he loves I cannot share. The child, though he is built up to my design, whatever I wanted, I completely built him up according to my design. But then also, what his likes and dislikes, I don't know. I cannot share. So that is why we are completely strangers to each other, and there is no sign of understanding. There is no emotional attachment between us. Right? So what we have learned here, the father is completely unknown to his son, though lived in the same house, same roof. Then he is trying to build up a relationship. He is confused that probably he has killed the feelings, the seed, the emotions. They are strangers, and he is completely unknown to the feelings or to the likings or dislikings of his son. Right? So this is the first and second stanza. First stanza, second stanza. Let's go to the third one. Pay attention. Silence surrounds us. I would have him prodigal, returning to his father's house. A very important line. Silence surrounds us. As we have seen, that there is no ear of understanding. That is why it is completely silent. There is nothing to talk. We don't have any kind of topic to discuss with each other. That is why it is completely silent, because we don't know each other's feeling. So what to share and what to express. So that is why it is completely silent. I would have him prodigal, returning to his father's house, the home he knew, rather than see him make and move his world. And what he is saying, prodigal means one who is spending money. Spending money means there is no limit of the spending. Okay. So he is saying that my son is a kind of prodigal son. But what he is saying here, I would have him prodigal, returning to his father's house. Whatever he is, probably he is spending his money freely, but then also I want now that he should return to me. He should return to his father's house, the home he knew, to the same address, rather than see him make and move his world. But I do not want to see him to make and move in his own personal world, where there is no space for his own father also, for me. So I want him to back to this particular house. We will make a new home, we will make a new kind of relationship, and we will start our new journey, but together. I do not want to see him to move in his own personal world. Right? Next, I would forgive him too, shaping from sorrow a new love. And I will also forgive him. Whatever he has done, I don't have any kind of problem. But please return to me and I will forgive you. And we will move to sorrow to new love. Means from sadness to happiness we will move. So a kind of, I have written here, you can see, negative to positive. A kind of negative atmosphere to a positive. Previously the atmosphere was negative, silence, no understanding. Now the father is saying we will change the entire atmosphere. For that I need your help. And how can you help me? Please return to me. Right? So this is the literal meaning of this word prodigal. Now this is having a biblical allusion also, a kind of link with the Bible. What? Now in the gospel of the Bible, Christ is teaching us that there was a son and the father, same like this, and the son ultimately left his father, and the son ultimately took his part of property, the money, and he is leaving his father. But after few years he is completely miserable, and that time he want to return to his father, and the father ultimately accepted his son. So here also the same thing, the father is saying that probably my son is having this kind of attitude, that he is spending money freely, but then also I need him. We will change the entire thing. Please return to me. So this is a kind of literal and biblical allusion to this particular word prodigal. Remember this, right? Last one. Father and son, we both must live on the same globe and the same land. There is nothing to understand. The father is saying that as because we are father and son, so we will live under the same globe, on the same globe, same land, same house, under the same roof. Now here, he speaks. Who? The son. The son speaks. The father is saying, he speaks. My son speaks. I cannot understand. Who is the I? The father. I cannot understand myself. Why? Anger grows from grief. Why I am becoming angry? From what? From grief, from sadness. I don't know why. Why is the grief is coming, and from how the grief is ultimately changing into anger, I don't know. I cannot understand myself whenever he is speaking. So we need to set up everything in the right track, right? Why anger grows from grief. We each put out an empty hand, longing for something to forgive. And the last line is saying that they are having the expectation, both of them are having the same expectation, that at least someone will come forward and will forgive. And we are waiting for that moment. The father is saying that we are waiting for the moment that when any one of us will come forward and will show that kind of love and will tell that let us go to a new world where we will share a good relation like a father and a son, right? So this word forgive is very important. They are both waiting for this, right? So this is the poem which is talking about the relationship between the father and the son. As we have seen that the father in the previous stanzas, the father is saying that I do not understand, he is completely unable to understand, he is trying to make a relationship. They speak like strangers and he is having the feeling that probably he has killed the seed, the son, the feelings, okay. And he is saying that silence is surrounding us. Silence. Why? Because there is nothing to speak, right? Now this word is important, prodigal, as I have said, the biblical allusion as well as the literal meaning. And what his father is saying, that return, return to me, return to your father, and we will share the same land, the same globe, okay. So this is the entire poem. Please go through the details again and again, and if there is any problem, watch the video, right? Thank you.